right, here we go, Nick Yeoman.
They are lined up behind the pace car. Lights are off on that pace car. Tanner Gray is going to assume pole position. Sam Mayer decides to start on the outside of row number 1. And you got Ryan Sieg, Jesse Love lined up beside each other in row number 2. Daniel Dye and Nick Sanchez in row 3. We are set to go racing once again here in Atlanta.
They're in the EchoPark restart zone, and the green flag is out. Taylor Gray to the inside of Sam Mayer. Mayer has a little bit of a push from Jesse Love. He'll lead them to turn 1.
New cars leading these lines, and Sam Mayer has kept the tradition of the outside line alive. He surges ahead. Jesse Love pulls off of his back bumper and to the front bumper of the fellow Chevy teammate Nick Sanchez, who takes it 3 wide.
That allows
and trouble. Jesse Love spins. It looks like he had contact with Nick Sanchez, and he's hard into the wall, and so are several other cars.
Wow, this is a big one there on the back straightaway. Nick Yeoman, you might have a better view of some of the cars that are involved in this one, but they are literally wrecking throughout the field.
Yeah, a couple cars right at the tail end of that accident. Sammy Smith just took a big shot. The rear end of that car is destroyed. Also looked like the 51 car of Jeremy Clements. Seeing some of the carnage of drivers coming out of turn number 4, Christian Eckes, and the pole sitter as well. Here comes Sheldon Creed coming down pit lane. Heavy damage to that 00 car along with Jesse Love.
Sheldon Creed's car is absolutely destroyed. Catherine Legg in this. Jesse Love now bringing his car onto pit lane. Let's go to Andrew Curlin.
Sammy Smith was one of those drivers involved. He had just come down pit road for 4 fresh tires. He said he got hit from behind, and he thinks the thing is killed. So the number 8 team quickly jumping into crisis mode, trying to see if they can repair this vehicle. But Sammy Smith, one of those involved in this one.
Thank you very much, Andrew Curlin. And looking at the replay of that wreck, it looked like Nick Sanchez had a pretty big run going and was trying to do just a little bump draft on Jesse Love, and it just went the wrong way.
Yeah, got Jesse Love crossed up off turn 2 right as the track flattens out. Then there is a section of the asphalt that does not quite line up. It used to be worse. They came back after the initial reconfiguration and repaved it again. So it's a tough section over there off turn 2. No wind a factor now. The flags are laying straight down. No wind that we can see. But, yeah, just a bump gone wrong, gets the 2 car out of shape, and around he goes.
By the way, Taylor Gray has taken the lead under the caution now as he takes them across the line. Let's go to Brett McMillan.
Yeah, Jesse Love has been in. He has some damage, some hanging down on the right rear, or the left rear rather. And Sheldon Creed's come to a stop in his pit stall. Damage on the right side, damage on the left side. He's already crawled from the car. They are done for the evening. Heather DeBow.
Justin Allgaier also in with heavy damage. The team going to work to saw about 3 inches off of the left rear fender. They're also going to change left side tires. Left front tire was down. There's also no Goodyear tires on the left rear tire. So they're using the Sawzall to cut the fender away right now on that left rear side for Justin Allgaier. Andrew?
They told Sammy Smith they're done. Get out of the car. Jeb Burton, one of those other drivers involved in that. The crew's literally slamming on the back deck lid, trying to put bear bond on this vehicle. So lots of crash damage and lots of fast-moving pit crew members down here on pit road, guys.
And Ryan Sieg. Man, I hated to see that. He always tough competitor here at EchoPark.
Yeah, hometown kid. So much the Sieg family does with their towing business and with their family, very large family with Rod Sieg as dad. I know they want to win. They're putting so much effort with him, his brother Kyle, into these Xfinity Series cars. A Journey family in the top 3 series of Truck Series Xfinity. Remember their trucks for so long, that iconic black and I think neon yellow and red 93, 39 trucks, now moving into the Xfinity Series for a long time now, looking for that first win for that family team.
And what about Sheldon Creed? He leads the first 37 laps. He gives up the lead in a strategy move to kind of leapfrog, back hopefully to the point when we restart stage number 2. And as they go by the line, we've got 2 laps left. This stage, obviously, it looks like going to end under yellow. Taylor Gray, going to get the stage win.
Yeah, this is just a tough thing all the way around, and we talk about the strategy. And look, you put yourself in a position for the best possible outcome. You can't anticipate what's going to happen. Sometimes that strategy puts you in the fray, and this is one of those that happened. And quite honestly, Ross, We talked earlier about the way a personality of a race might change. If there's weather imminent, we've got past halfway, I expect this. A lot of times after a long delay, we get back to green. It seems like sometimes the field settles down and says, all right, let's just get us to a point where this race would end.
Yeah, and for Sheldon Creed, yes, they made the strategy call, puts him back in the pack. The wreck happened by the car that chose second. He was second on the restart choose, lined up fourth, and gets turned around off turn 2 on the restart in front of the entire field. And so some big hits by cars like Catherine Legg and that 32 car to the inside wall. Definitely a lot of cars. Jeff Burton, the 27, torn up. So those were cars. Some of those cars were ones that stayed out and cycled themselves forward, thinking that would be the safer bet.
Yeah.
They didn't know that the wreck was going to happen at the front of the field.
Yeah, that's a tough thing. Catherine Legg, look, she qualified very well here. She was running pretty much top half of the field, doing a good job. And again, on one of those days where you can make something happen, and then all of a sudden something happens to you, that's unfortunate.
It's a bummer. Like she said, hometown race where she's living now, knows she wanted to do well. She's continuing to grind through this. This will be a small bump in the road as she looks back. But she definitely, I know, wanted to get more laps to keep learning on these style tracks.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go back to Brett McMillan.
All right, Jesse Love's headed back out again. They've been doing a bunch of work on that car. Put a big piece of tape on the nose, trying to cover up the holes on the nose of that car. Also had a big old hammer working on the rear spoiler of that car as well, trying to hammer that thing down, trying to get it back down to make it more aerodynamic. Got him out just in front of the pace car again. They'll be bringing him back in again.
Justin Allgaier got a piece of that as well, and now it looks like he's heading back to the garage area in that Brandt Chevrolet, so a tough break for the point leader.
Yeah, he actually has the body work just forward of the right rear tire that's been ripped out of it. And Heather was telling us about all the other things that were ailing that race car, and unfortunately not enough to fix on pit road. So we're coming to the end of this stage as the field is behind the pace car up in turn number 2. And, Ross, this is the time where your crew members can really save you a bunch of points.
They can, and a guy we see on track now currently shown 5th on the leaderboard, the 16 car of Christian Eckes, as they run only 29 points out of the playoffs. But his car is smoking. The left front tire is going down. It's ripping the left front fender off, so a lot of damage. He was in that wreck, fully in it. He just kept his momentum moving forward. He's just trying to limp around to get this stage finished right here, half a lap to go, just to get the points, because they're about to be in for a lot of repairs on that 16 car.
And again, as we talked about in our pre-race show a long time ago, Christian Eckes, 2 top 5s in a row, so they really have some positive momentum. Want to keep it going here tonight at EchoPark Speedway.
Yeah, this will be 6 extra stage points that he can collect, which become very, very valuable. Well, there's a lot of oil dry going down right now around the apron, which is actually the entrance of pit road, which starts at turn number 3. Going to be a lot of cleanup, but we're about to end eBay stage number 1 as they cross under the start-finish line. And Taylor Gray will win stage 1 here in the Focused Health 250. Sam Mayer is 2nd. Daniel Dye finishes 3rd. Nick Sanchez 4th. Christian Eckes 5th. That's 6 points for him. Dean Thompson actually ends up finishing 5th. Christian Eckes finishes 6th right there at the line. Brennan Poole 7th. 8th, Matt DiBenedetto. Eric Almirola 9th. And Connor Zillich rounds out the top 10.